What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Andre Berto recap video. But first, I want to talk about the fight that stole the show. That's the co-main event. And still champion at 130 pounds, Rocky Martinez. He retained his belt against the man he took it from, Orlando Salido, in a split decision draw. Yes, and I think there's some controversy. There was some booing, and I agree. Let's talk about it. This fight had everything. Orlando threw over 1,000 shots, landed about 300. Martinez threw about 690 shots, landed about 200. To me, Orlando controlled the pace throughout most of this fight. The first two rounds, they came out swinging. First two rounds are very close. The third round is where this fight, though, really picked up. First, it was Orlando who scored a knockdown. I think they counted it as a knockdown, although he stepped on Martinez's foot, so it was really more of a slip than a knockdown. But then later on in that same round, Martinez did score a knockdown, a legitimate knockdown off of a punch on Orlando, and then it was on. After that, Orlando, a fire was lit because he rattled off like 5, 6, 7 rounds in a row, in my opinion, that he won. We're talking head down, shoulders up, hands up, head movement side to side, forward, downhill movement, coming forward, throwing volume punches, controlling the center of the ring, controlling the pace, always moving forward, working the body. You know, I love body shots. It does multiple things. Takes the steam out of your opponent, takes their energy level down, takes the steam off of their punches, and it gets them to lower their hands. So then you can start working head, body, go up and connect to the face, which he did. Again, I think he won the entire middle of this fight. Moving forward, working the body, coming back upstairs to the face. We saw moments where they both threw technique to the wind and just were kind of wanging punches, getting into a real brawl. Then they would settle down again and start working their jab and their punching and their angles. I think that Martinez was able to steal some rounds there in the middle of the fight by getting flurries at the end of the round. We all know that influences judges because it's the last thing that they see. See, I believe Orlando was the tighter of the boxers, the cleaner of the boxers, cleaner combinations. I believe that Martinez didn't really get his offense going because of the high output of Orlando. So you're steadily moving backwards, steadily defending yourself. Eventually, it seemed like he almost kind of would get frustrated and start wanging shots, moving forward really aggressively, and he would connect. And then put together these flurries at the end of the round, and I think it stole him some rounds. Now, again, we saw everything in this fight. We saw good technique. We saw no technique. We saw almost an entire round in the 9th where it was all dirty boxing. Close quarters, heads rubbing up against each other, head rubbing up against each other's shoulders, short uppercuts and body shots the entire 9th round. I love dirty boxing. It's just a nasty, punishing way of fighting. I believe all those shots, because Orlando definitely got the better of the body work. I believe it totally paid off toward the end of the round, end of the fight. So excited because Rocky's boxing just got really sloppy. Rocky, however, did find a second win in the 11th round, was coming forward, landing flurries, landing shots, and moving Orlando back. It seemed like Orlando's pace finally started to catch up to him, and his energy went down a bit, and Rocky was able to get that 11th round. Maybe that 12th round, that one's debatable. So again, this was a split decision draw in favor of Rocky, so he keeps his title. We're gonna see a third fight. They both said they're ready to do it, and I'm ready to watch it. They stole the show, and that's where your money went to. It was great. Now, if you don't think immediate rematch, I usually ask who should they fight next, but they should fight each other next. Now, main event, and I got this pick, of course, and still, however many belts he has, champion Floyd Mayweather Jr., he kept his belt. He kept his undefeated status against Andre Berto in an okay fight. It was okay. I'm a technical fan. I'm a fan of technical fighters in MMA and in boxing, and I'm actually a fan of defensive counterpunchers. So Floyd's actually right up my alley, even if he's not knocking folks out. And I tried to warn you in my prediction video, don't expect that. Now, at the end of this fight, because I believe that Andre got tired of kind of missing and following him around the ring because of Floyd's excellent footwork, he got started slow, which I kind of figured he would. They were talking trash throughout the entire fight. He would go forward. He was going forward a lot, walking down Floyd a lot, but not throwing anything. So you're walking him down, pressing the pace, but but you're not throwing anything. He would even get Floyd into the corner and not really throw anything. And I think that's because when he would try, he would miss. Because Floyd is so quick, it's not just his footwork, it's his body movement, it's his head movement, it's that side, that Chicago roll that he has. So even when you're in close quarters, you punch him and it's like, whew, Matrix, whew, Matrix. So he was missing him, and then Floyd was tagging him with some jabs that were so quick, I could barely see him. The man so quick. So I think this all made him very hesitant, even though he was walking Floyd down throughout a lot of this fight. He did start to connect around the sixth, I believe it was around the 6th, 7th, 8th round. He did actually start to connect, put together some punches, some combinations, and the crowd went wild, of course. But then Floyd was able to get it back, and Floyd actually turned it on in the last 2 rounds of this fight. I think that he saw that Berto was waning, that he was losing energy, and I thought maybe he saw some openings there, and it looked like Floyd actually was trying to end the fight there in the 11th and 12th round. And then, of course, in the last like 10 seconds, he just ran around the ring and people booed, but it is what it is. So he says he's retiring. As I said in my prediction video, I hope he changes his mind and comes out and makes a run at Rocky Marciano's record. I don't really care even who he fights. I just want him to break it. And I secretly think that he kind of cares about that too, but who knows? Let me know how you did on all your picks on the entire card. I haven't watched the Groves fight yet, but I heard that was an excellent fight as well. So I'm going to go back and watch it. So let me know how you did on all your picks, any injury updates. I think I'm going to send this one to TYT, the Young Turks as well. So hit them up. And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I have exclusive predictions and recaps that are only 15 seconds long. And to subscribe and like. Talk to me. Take care and goodbye.